Gods cannot escape destiny forever. The Titanomachy has ended. The reign of the Titans was broken, and Zeus, king of Olympus, sat upon his throne, lightning in his grasp and victory in his veins. But though the heavens were his to rule, peace was never meant to be eternal. For beneath the marble and gold of Olympus, another spark was beginning to burn, the spark of rebellion, of defiance, of creation itself, and its name was Prometheus. When Zeus cast down the Titans, the world trembled. Mountains were torn from their roots, oceans boiled, and the sky split in two. But from the ashes of war, a new order was born, the age of the Olympians. Zeus ruled the heavens, Poseidon claimed the seas, and Hades took dominion over the underworld. To the mortals that walked the earth, it was an age of light and order, but to some of the Titans that remained, it was tyranny disguised as balance. Among them stood one who did not fight out of hate, nor crave a throne, Prometheus, the forethinker. Prometheus looked upon mankind, fragile, cold, and shivering beneath the endless sky. Where the gods feasted in golden halls, men starved. Where Olympus shone with eternal flame, earth lay in darkness, and Prometheus pitied them. He saw in mortals a reflection of the divine, a spark yet untamed. He whispered to himself, "They too can create, they too can rise." But Zeus forbade this. Fire was the breath of the gods, the power of creation and destruction. To grant it to mortals would blur the line between God and man. Still, Prometheus could not watch them suffer. From the chariot's flame, he stole a single ember, small yet fierce. He hid it in a hollow fennel stalk, descended from Olympus, and delivered it to mankind. And for the first time, the darkness trembled before humans' hands. They forged tools, cooked their food, built homes, and carved symbols into stone. Humanity began to thrive. But in the heavens, Zeus looked down and saw his rule defied. He has given fire to mortals, to them. The age of man will challenge the gods themselves, would say Zeus. You have stolen from Olympus and gifted our power to clay. Do you deny it? Prometheus was defiant but calm. I do not. They suffer in your shadow, Zeus. Fire does not diminish the sun, it spreads its light. A murmur runs through the gods. Athena looks down, Poseidon frowns, Hermes shifts uncomfortably. You speak of equality between gods and beasts. You have defied the will of Olympus, claimed Zeus. No, I have defied your fear. A tense silence, then thunder roars, and chains appear in Zeus's hand. With one gesture, Zeus condemned him. Prometheus was seized by divine change forged by Hephaestus himself, links of unbreakable bronze, cold as the void. Zeus decreed his punishment. You shall be borne to the rocks of Caucasus, where the sky is eternal and mercy forgotten. Each day an eagle shall feast upon your liver, and each night it shall grow anew. Echoes fade into a desolate mountain range. There, upon the frozen cliffs, Prometheus was chained. The eagle of Zeus, monstrous and tireless, descended from the heavens, its shadow blotting the sun. Every sunrise brought agony, every sunset silence. But Prometheus did not beg, he endured. You cannot unmake the spark, Zeus. Fire will live wherever breath remains. And indeed, the fire did spread. They built temples, ships, and cities, and whispered prayers not only to Zeus, but they began to whisper them to Prometheus, the bringer of fire. Yet Zeus, wary of mankind's rise, sought to humble them once more. He ordered Hephaestus to craft the first woman, not of flesh and blood, but of divine beauty and hidden curse. Her name was Pandora. Gifted by the gods, wisdom from Athena, grace from Aphrodite, persuasion from Hermes, and from Zeus, curiosity. She was given to mankind as a gift, and with her a sealed jar, which she was forbidden to open. Cannot be contained forever. When Pandora lifted the lid, all manners of evils escaped. Disease, despair, greed, and death. The age of innocence was over. Only one thing remained in the jar, a fragile light, hope. Zeus smiled, believing he had restored balance, yet hope endured, a quiet rebellion against despair. Prometheus's fire burnt still. The focus returns to Olympus, that through the eagle fed and chains bit deep. Zeus could not silence his unease, for there was a prophecy whispered among the fates, that one day a son of Zeus would rise and bring the fall of his father. Prometheus knew this prophecy well. Even as he hung in torment, he taunted Zeus with it. Be aware your own blood, king of the sky, for what have you have done to your father, another will do to you. But even kings tremble when truth is spoken. Years pass, centuries even, the world changes, yet the eagle still dives. 1,000 seasons have turned, empires have rose and fell, and then a mortal-born hero, son of Zeus himself, wandered the earth. Heracles. Driven by labours, cursed by fate, Hercules ventured to the Caucasus. There he saw the chained Titan and the great eagle circling above. With a single arrow, guided by destiny itself, he struck the creature down. The eagle fell, and for the first time in a long time, silence. Hercules shattered the chains. Bronze links fell like thunder, echoing across the wind. Zeus watched in silence, and though his pride burned, he did not stop his son, for perhaps even Zeus knew the punishment had gone on for long enough. Prometheus was finally free, scared but unbroken. He stood before Zeus once more, not as a servant nor an enemy, but as an equal in wisdom. You defied me, yet endured my wrath. Tell me, Prometheus, what have you learned from your suffering? That creation and control cannot coexist. You may find a body, but never the will to rise. Then rise, Firebringer. The age of your punishment has come to an end. And so, the Titan was forgiven. Fire remained with mankind, not as rebellion, but as the light of knowledge and progress itself. Prometheus withdrew to the edges of the world, where he watched humanity grow, not as their god, but as their guardian. From that single ember, the world was remade. Fire became the heart of every home, the spark of invention, the symbol of defiance and hope. Every flame that burns carries his name, whispered, remembered, eternal. For Prometheus taught mankind the greatest truth of all, that even in chains, one act of compassion can ignite eternity. Eclipse of the Gods. Subscribe for more mythology brought to life.